Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 5. I wanted to make sure that you understood today's discussion, or I should say this week's discussion. It is a lot of fun, actually. And when you're looking at this week's discussion, what you are using is called the fundamental counting principle. This guy right here. Okay, and the fundamental counting principle is not a hard principle. Basically, it says when you're looking at a sequence of events, okay, the total possible outcomes of all the events that can be performed is the product. Okay, now product is that math word that means multiply, okay? So it's the product of the possible numbers of each way. So you're basically going to multiply all of your options together to get your total options. Okay, so you just started your new job and you are needing to roll a dice, two dice, if you have them. If you don't have them, you can use this virtual dice roller. Okay, so you just click on there and it'll roll 2 dice for you. But roll your first 2 dice, and that number is going to be the number of work shirts that you have in your closet. And let's say that's 3. You get a 1 on one die and you get a 2 on the other. So on your second roll, let's say I get 3 on one of my dice and I get 2 on my other. So that means I have 5 work pants. And on the third roll, this is how many pairs of work shoes you have. So let's say that I roll my dice again and I get 6 on one and I get 1 on the other. So 6 and 1 is 7. So I have 7 pairs of work shoes. So it says calculate and explain how many different ways you can dress every morning. So using the fundamental counting principle, I have 3 times 5 times 7 different ways, and you would multiply those numbers together and you'd get your nice big answer, and that would tell you how many different options of clothes you have, outfits you have. Okay, so when you are working through this problem, first you want to calculate by doing your multiplication, and then you want to explain how many different outfits or ways you can dress each morning and show your work. Okay, now the trick here is when you're responding to your classmates, okay, try adding 1 to the number of work shirts. And how does this change their work? For your second response, maybe subtract 1 from the number of pants, okay, and then compare your answer to their answer. Add 1 to each category. Add 1 to the shirts and add 1 to the pants and add 1 to the shoes. How does this change the number of ways they can dress? Okay, so you go ahead and practice that this week. So all of this math you can totally do. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Okay, that's our discussion. Now let's hop over to the week 5. Oh, one quick note. I'm just going to drag you into the discussion. There is a video, a tutorial if you want it, for the fundamental counting rule or principle. Okay, so let's hop over into the week 5 assignment. Okay, so let's go to the week 5 assignment. The assignment is what are the chances? And I'm going to pull up the template, okay? And this is the template that you can, let me pull it in here. This is the template that you can, one second, I'm going to shrink our screen down. Okay, here's our little template. Okay, so the topic for the week 5 assignment is probability and what are the chances, that's the question. And it says use a 6-sided dice, and you might not have a 6-sided dice at home. If you do, great. If you don't, you can go ahead and click on this virtual 6-sided die link, and it will just take you to the page where you can use a random roller online. It's all done online, virtual. So what you're going to do first is you're going to thoroughly, using 150 words here, okay, so nice and thoroughly, you're going to describe the differences between theoretical and there's a theoretical probability and there's experimental probability. And then you answer this question, which of these do you think is more reliable and why? Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is determine the theoretical probability of rolling a 2. Okay, so what's the probability of rolling a 2 with a standard dice? Okay, so you can write the probability in 3 forms. Okay, how are you going to write it as a fraction? How are you going to write it as a decimal? How are you going to write it as a percentage? Okay, so under this number 2, there should be you're going to see an answer written as, hold on, let me put this here. You're going to see an answer written as a fraction, okay? You're going to then write it as a decimal, so probability is a decimal, and then you're going to write it as a percentage, okay? So make sure that there are 3 answers there, okay? And you can, let's see if I can, you can go in here and you can just, probability as a fraction equals, and then probability as a decimal equals, and then probability as a percentage, equals, okay? And now what you're going to do here is you're going to take your dice and your virtual dice, and you're going to roll it the number of times that equal to your age in years. And it says create a table. So in this document, in my Word document, I am going to go up. Let's see if I can grab it. And there should be, because I'm using this, let me see if, let me pull it down here and see if I can get it into view. Okay, and over here, insert, I believe is where I'm going to go. So let me click on insert, okay, and then it says insert table. So I'm going to insert my table, okay, and I want to insert my table, and I'm going to insert it with 2 columns, and I'm going to do it with, let's say that I'm 12 years old, so I'm going to put 13 rows, 1 row for my title of each column. I'm going to auto fit to the contents, hit OK, and then I'll have a table made inside my document, okay? The first one is going to be the number of rolls. The second column is going to be what is rolled, okay? So you can just come up with titles on your own. So this one will be a 1, down arrow 2, down arrow 3, down arrow 4, down arrow 5, 6, 7, etc. So let's say on the first roll I get a 6, on the second roll I get a 4, on the third roll I get a 2, on the fourth roll I get a 4, on the fifth roll I get a 2, on the sixth roll I get a 2, on the seventh roll. So all I do is keep track of what number is rolled, okay? And I try to do that. Maybe I'm 50 years old, so you're going to have 50 slots here, okay? For number 4, you're going to calculate your experimental probability, okay? And the way that you calculate your experimental probability is what you, let me grab my little thing again. It's what you want, okay, divided by the total rolls, okay? And for this activity, I want 2s, okay? So in this case here, I have in 7 rolls, I have 1, 2, 3 2s, okay? So again, this is all done just kind of randomly. I have 3 2s, out of a total of 7 rolls. Your number down here is going to be much bigger because your age obviously is not 7. Okay, but this is how you would write your fraction. And you're going to compare this fraction to what you looked at and how you solved your theoretical probability above. Are your two numbers the same? If not, do you think the two calculations would be closer if you doubled the number of times you rolled? So maybe if I rolled 14 times, what do you think I would get closer to my theoretical probability? And look at this, explain in 200 words. So make sure it's not 5 words or 10 words, it's 200 words. Think about it. Think about how you want to respond. Give some thought to this. Okay, doesn't mean you have to be perfectly right all the time, but put some thought into it. Okay, so here's our week 5 discussion and our week 5 assignment, and just some help and some guidelines to get you going through it. I hope you have a fantastic week, you guys.